Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan Cast. NFL previews back at it. Today, we're going to be doing AFC North. Max, how you doing?
I like your jersey for the episode. Very on theme.
Ray Lewis. Honestly, one of my favorite non-Raiders. Not a Ravens fan. All right. Don't you feel like, Max, you can't rock players' jerseys for football as much as rocking a player's jersey for the NBA? Don't you feel that way? I feel that way.
I don't feel that
Maybe
way.
because of me, because I'm so hard, like, core for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So, like, I
never,
feel weird.
I don't think I ever catch you in a division rivals jersey.
Oh, no. Fuck that. No. They can be the best player in the fucking world, like Mahomes. And I won't fucking do it. I'll wipe my ass with that shit.
Nice.
But any other divisions?
You got a Peyton Manning jersey?
I do. See, but the Colts...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to draw the line somewhere. Like, Patriots won't catch me dead with a fucking jersey for the Patriots.
Same.
Cowboys, no. Definitely no. So, Ravens is doable. Plus, it's Ray Lewis. Like,
yeah, all-time great.
Exactly. All right. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below any thoughts you guys have about the AFC North, which is an interesting division, to say the least. Let's start off with the division winner last year, Cincinnati Bengals. Last year, 12-4, lost in the AFC Championship to Kansas City Chiefs. Head coach Zach Taylor, offensive coordinator Brian Callahan, and DC Lou. I don't want to fuck up his last name.
Onarumo.
There you go.
I'm just kind of surprised he's still around. Thought he would have got a head coach.
Bring back Ben. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of them are back. Let's go over some of the storylines. Burrow, MVP type year.
That's gotten off to a slow start because, he has the calf thing.
Yeah. Chase, bounce back year.
It's kind of a bounce back. Yeah. He's still a stud.
Yeah.
Still a stud muffin.
Offensive lineman improvement. And
maybe one day.
Yeah. And defense gets better? Question mark.
I don't know. They lost a lot of key guys.
Let's go over them. Key losses: Jesse Bates to the Atlanta Falcons, Hayden Hurst to Carolina, and Von Bell to the Carolina Panthers. A lot of Carolina Panthers on this list. Key additions: Orlando Brown, who they snagged from the Super Bowl champions.
Definitely an upgrade, whoever they have. Jonah Williams probably going to move into guard or something.
Yeah. Cody Ford, another offensive lineman. And Miles Murphy.
First round pick,
who you love.
Really like him. Yeah.
And Irv Smith, tight end. So, we know what they bring to the table, Max. The whole Burrow, Chase dynamic. T. Higgins.
Joe Mixon. Tyler Boyd, I think.
What do you think about this team, Max?
Well, what I'm worried about with this team is obviously the slow start for Burrow coming off the calf, which luckily it was just a calf. It wasn't anything much worse. But I think this team is just a Super Bowl contender. I mean, they're a preseason Super Bowl contender. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They've been tested 2 straight years, had some crazy stuff happen to them. DeMar Hamlin game. They woe into Buffalo, beat Buffalo, go to Kansas City one year, beat Kansas City, then they lost them, and it was a little bit more of a blow. Like, it wasn't as competitive as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. But Joe Burrow is one of those rare quarterbacks. He's a top 5 quarterback in the league for a good reason, and they have a lot of weapons around him.
Yeah. I think it's a good time to bring in the best case scenario because we're going to talk some positives on, what good is going to happen. Right off bat is Joe Burrow gets kept clean with the new offensive lineman additions, and they dominate with Jamar Chase. And
it's the only Achilles heel of their team is their line, really, to say. And maybe the safeties are something to keep an eye out for. They lost both starting safeties.
Yeah, like, do you think Jesse Bates is that big of a deal? I know Jesse Bates is good.
I think it's a big deal when you lose both your starting safeties in 1 year.
Who played a lot of snaps.
Yeah, a lot of snaps. I like Dax Hill. I think he'll go into that role. Like right now on the depth chart, they have Dax Hill and Nick Scott. That's definitely a downgrade.
But they have some guys in the ropes. Like, I know he's not a safety, but like...
they have DJ Turner now.
Yeah, Cam Taylor.
Yeah.
Who had a really good year last year.
Mike Hilton's still there. He's pretty much a veteran. Chidobe Awuzie.
Yeah. Got rid of Eli Apple, I think.
That's always a plus. Always a plus.
But I really like this Bengals team, man. I think they're a Super Bowl contender. I think you said that earlier. But the one team that scares me of beating them all the time is the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean, you have to live with that. Like, I mean, like, it's not like you're saying, oh, man, I'm really worried if they play the Chargers.
And they're a penalty away of possibly winning that game.
Correct. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can talk. I mean, like, this team's like, if you're saying, oh, I'm afraid they're going to lose Kansas City, it's like, oh, that's just going to win the Super Bowl probably.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, that's okay. It's not like you're like, oh, shit, I'm really worried if they play the Dolphins because it's just a matchup nightmare. No. Kansas City has no matchup nightmare. They are really tough to defend, and they defend really tough.
Yeah. You think Chase is the best receiver in the league?
I think he's one of them. Yeah. Him or Justin Jefferson?
If gun to your head, who are you picking?
Justin Jefferson. I think.
I don't
know. I really like Jamar Chase.
All right. Worst case scenario. Burrow gets battered and hurt.
Again,
so
it's already... One's already happened.
It's happening.
That wasn't it wasn't the O-line's fault. It was like a non-contact thing. But he's been taking beatings for 2 straight years. Let's try not to.
O-line struggles and same old shit with the defense.
Well, no, I think the defense is going to have to regress. If the defense stays the same, you're good.
But my whole thing is like, if Burrow's out, that's it. I don't think they're one of these teams that they can survive with their backup. I don't see it that way.
You know who their backup is?
Who?
Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, trash.
That's good.
Sea monster. Their over-under is 11.5. They won 12 games last year, Max, and that's, they had the DNP basically with 1 game.
I'm going over. There's really not much room to go over. I don't think they're going like 15-2 or 16-1.
I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under, slightly under. I don't think they're going to have a bad year, but, maybe I think there's a possibility that Burrow might miss the week 1. I don't think that's out of the
I'm sure there'll be no rush to get him back.
Exactly. So I think they have a couple slip-ups. And the Ravens are dramatically better this year because we're assuming Lamar is going to play the whole year. They got Zay Flowers and Odell. So taking that one into account, I'm going to go under. Like
still a playoff team?
10, 11 wins.
Okay.
I'm not going like way.
If it was 10.5, are you going over?
I would feel a little bit more confident. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
but
you.
11.5 is a little bit too steep. All right. Speaking of the Baltimore Ravens, let's go ahead and hit them. John Harbaugh coming back. Offensive coordinator, a new offensive coordinator, Todd Metcalf, and DC is Mike McDonald. Last year, 10-7, second in the division, lost in the wild card round to Cincinnati Bengals. So, how do you feel about this new offensive coordinator with Lamar?
Well, I like what they did with just building their team. Like they added a lot of weapons. They added Odell. Granted, haven't seen him in a while, but he's got a lot of talent. Zay Flowers, you love him.
Yeah.
I really like that. They obviously the running back stuff still needs to kind of get ironed out because they got J.K., Melvin, and Gus. Rashad Bateman, you got any?
I have some stock in him. I love the position that he's in now. Like,
and they also have Nelson Aguilar, who's been good for the last. I mean,
I really like their team, man. And
it's just Lamar. I mean, look, if they made the playoffs without Lamar last year, Tyler Huntley played good enough. They were competitive in that playoff game till he fumbled the ball and it was a 100-yard return, 100-yard touchdown return.
Yeah.
They made it to the playoffs. How many games did Lamar play last year? Like 10?
Mm-hmm. And looking at it from a negative standpoint, somebody would say Greg Roman loss is bad. Why? Because if you're a believer that Lamar Jackson is a running back and not a quarterback, you're kind of saying, does he work in any other system other than Greg Roman? Because we all know his system. It's a one-read system for the most part.
Yeah, really running-centric, like you said. One of the few teams left like that. I think it's good. I think it's good.
I think it's good, too. And I think we're going to see a lot more from Lamar Jackson.
You don't have to forget that stuff. You can still run stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Greg Roman, this is a complaint back to his San Francisco days. Passing game is bad.
Mm-hmm. I think Lamar's going to show out, and he's going to prove why he made this money. And the wide receivers are going to go off. I have lots of confidence in Zay Flowers. Odell scares me with the injury concerns.
Yeah.
But when he's on the field, I think he's going to be dynamic as fuck.
What do you think about the defense? You're wearing a Ray Lewis jersey.
I like the defense too, man.
I need some pass rushing.
Yeah. But I feel like Baltimore always has like that defense to them, bro. Like, it's rare that their defense is bad. I think Marlon Humphrey is going to have a bounce back year.
Been banged up.
Yeah, he's been a little bit banged up, so I like Humphrey.
I like Rock Ya-Sin, too.
Rock Ya-Sin, perfect Ravens corner. He was on the Raiders last year. He's a man-to-man guy, very physical. I would say he's kind of the same level as a Marcus Peters right now. Like, he's just a little bit younger. So I don't think this team is going to be, like, underwhelming. I think they're going to overachieve, and they're going to be really good. Like, I'm saying I want to pick them for the division. That's how.
Okay.
I don't know about Super Bowl run, but I feel like the regular season, fuck, dude, they're going to be really good.
So we went over the key additions for the most part. They're losing Calais Campbell, who's 38 years old, defensive end. Not a big deal. Ben Powers was a good guard. He went to Denver. Mm-hmm. But the way you're talking about him, this 8.5 over-under, I feel like you're going to smash it.
Oh, yeah, smash it.
I'm pretty confident, too. They won 10 games last year.
Yeah.
Lamar played 12. He missed the last 5 and the playoff game.
Yeah.
I really like this team. I like their coaching. One of the best coaches in football for my money. I think it's a clear and easy over.
Like, if they can beat the Eagles week 1. Or sorry. I'm looking at the preseason. Sorry. If they can just beat the Bengals week 2, I think, like, that can be the steamroller to just get this
Houston
shit going.
week 1.
Come on. It's a dub. CJ Stroud.
They still got their streak in the preseason going?
I think so. I think they're still undefeated. But if looking at their schedule, Colts win. Cleveland, I feel like they can win that one.
Nice, easy stretch.
It is. And you look at the main thing you got to look at with the schedule is dysfunctional teams / bad quarterbacks or rookie quarterbacks. And that's what I see. Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, Kenny Pickett, young guy, Ryan Tannehill, not that good. Jared Goff, not elite. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Geno Smith. The list goes on, bro. How you feeling about the Ravens? Are you that high on them as me?
Yeah. I'm clear cut. Yes, over.
Okay. Yeah, that the end.
I expect big shit from Lamar, bro.
The end stretch is tough. They got Jacksonville, San Francisco, Miami, and they end with Pittsburgh.
You know what? I expect big things from Lamar.
Yeah.
Bounce back.
I think he's gonna show some. I think there's another level to Lamar.
I agree, 100%.
And I think he's gonna show the growth that he has as a passer. And
I thought we kind of saw it last year. And then
I felt like a little bit looking at it like Greg Rowe kind of held him back a couple games in the regular season, a couple years.
I agree 100%.
So we both went over. Any guys that you want to talk about on their team that you're super excited about?
I'm excited just to see Zay Flower. I'm excited to see Lamar, man, because I feel like we haven't got to see him yet in a long time. It's like every time he gets going, he gets hurt.
We got fucking stuck with watching Huntley.
Not a bad backup.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go ahead and go to them Squealers. Mike Tomlin, Matt Canada, offensive coordinator, and DC Terrell Austin. Last year, 9-8, missed the playoffs. Couple of the storylines: Kenny Pickett going into year 2, fixing the offensive line, wide receiver play, and aging defense. Got a lot of old players on that defense. Max, what are your thoughts?
This is the year. This is the year I think it's going to be a step back. I don't think it's going to be a winning record. You've had 20 years. They somehow went 9-8 last year. All that bullshit they do. But I think this team is the writing on the wall for not being very good. I'm excited for George Pickens. I like him. Don't really like anyone else on their offense. Broderick Jones is solid, but the O-line is not good. I don't think it'll be good. And again, it's like I said, old defense. It's like Minka's really good. TJ Watt's really good.
Yeah. Pat P, old.
Yeah. Cameron Hayward, old.
Yeah.
Landon Roberts, old.
Yeah.
Ogunjobi, old. It's like, this team needs a talent infusion. They got a few young guys, but overall, I'm not excited for them. Well, I think they're going to finally drop off.
I think they knocked the draft out of the park, even though some people don't like the players all that much, like me. I'm not a huge fan of Joey Porter or Broderick Jones, however you say it. But the value that they got some of these guys, like, I see it. And They got a guy in from Georgia, the tight end.
Oh, I love Darnell Washington.
Yeah, they got Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
So I felt like they really did fucking kill the draft, man. And they're building around Kenny Pickett. And I'm a big believer in George Pickens.
Do you believe in Kenny Pickett?
I do. I believe in Mike Tom. I believe in the structure around him. If Kenny Pickett was on the Houston Texans, not so much. But he plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And last year they won 9 games. And I know he didn't win all 9 of those games. Took him a while. But he looked definitely competent to have a winning season.
So before I ask you this question, I just want to go over the key additions and losses. Yeah. Pat Pete, Isaac Sumalu, Broderick Jones, Joey Porter, and they lost Evan Bush and Terrell Edmonds. Neither of those guys I would consider a big loss.
Yeah.
The way you're talking about it makes me think the 8.5, you're liking it. I don't. I'm going under. I think it's just about time. Baltimore and Bengals are there. The Browns, not really left a lot of faith in them, but I just think they're kind of out of talent. They kind of lack talent, the Steelers.
That's it right there. It's the division. It's the division for me. Some of these AFC teams, they're in tough divisions, and it's like the Broncos. Like, you're going to have to play the Chiefs twice. Like the Jets, you're going to have to play the Bills and the Dolphins twice. Same thing with the Steelers. You're going to have to play the Ravens, who I think that are better than them, and the Bengals are obviously better than them. So that's what gives me to the under. I know 8.5.
I don't think it'll be like a 4-13 year, but I think it'll be like a 7-11 or 7-10.
Like I feel like they'll land right at 8, knowing Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
So if they get the over, I feel like it wouldn't be nothing more than 10. Do you see them winning more than 10 games?
Nine's my number.
Exactly. So you might hit that right on the fucking mark, you know. But I like Tomlin, I like Pickens, and I like Pickett. Those 3 things, I'm picking George Pickens in my fantasy. I think he's gonna have a fucking huge year number wise.
I like it.
Any other thoughts about the Steelers or any other players?
No, just not.
I think Joey Porter. Do you see him get fucking mossed?
Yeah, I mean,
Pickens?
I'm not a big fan of Joey Porter. I'm excited for Darnell Washington. I want to see if they can use him and how he is used.
Well, with that running game,
yeah, and dude, he was running.
Najee Harris needs to bounce back.
I would say so. I mean, I think they need to help him too. Like, the O-line sucks. Like, I see him break 3 tackles and it's like a 2-yard gain.
Well, people that have watched Broderick Jones film, he's a fucking road grader as far as in the run game. Mm-hmm. He is fucking mobile, agile as fuck.
That he is.
Yeah. Good on the Steelers.
Good. Let's go to the Browns. They're a really funky team, I feel like.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, head coach, Alex Van Pelt, offensive coordinator, and Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator. The Schwartz. I kind of like Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator. I like him too. I know you do because the Eagles.
I do.
Last year, 7-10, 4th in the division, missed playoffs. We all know with the Deshaun Watson situation, I was looming in the air at this time last year.
We had no answer. It was real late.
Yeah, I don't even think we did their over under.
Didn't have one.
Yeah,
didn't have one.
So, full year for Deshaun, getting paid all that money. Are they able to get him back on track?
I definitely think it's going to help just have full off season, play him in the preseason. It's just on Deshaun, man.
I didn't see flashes last year. That was the scary thing.
But I mean, he hasn't played football in 2
I get
years.
it. I get that, but it looked bad.
Look, I like the O-line a lot. Like Chubb. Does he have to do a whole lot? No. But it's scary because this is the guy you've invested a lot of draft capital, a lot of money. Let's see. I mean, Deshaun Watson, before all the stuff happened, was a top 4 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And it's there was no Josh Allen. There wasn't really Joe Burrow. There wasn't Jalen Hurts. And all these guys have kind of surpassed him. So let's see what he's made of. And on the defense is okay. I mean, they have Garrett, who's just kind of like a one-man wrecking crew. I mean, do you think Zarius Smith's going to move the needle? He was good last year, but I feel like it's 1 year good, 1 year bad with him. So yeah. The Browns team's hard to predict, dude. I feel like they're just such a wild card because, again, it's Deshaun Watson. Yeah. If I was a betting man I would say they're not going to win 8 games or 8.5. I would go with the under. Like, they didn't really get that many good people. Who they get? Like, Dalvin Tomlinson, Juan Thornhill. And who they really get rid of? Jacoby Brissett. No one else. So, I don't know how you feel. I'm not too excited. I think Stefanski might get fired.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fire Deshaun Watson at this point. So
No, you're kind of locked into him.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not that high on them. They're in a tough division, number one.
That too.
And I don't think Deshaun has enough weapons like Amari Cooper.
Wash, bum. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit overblown on
fuck
that.
him. Well, you got 1,000 yards. Who cares? You suck.
I just don't think he's enough.
No.
I think they need more.
And Joku? He's going to get hurt.
Yeah. So we'll see with the Cleveland Browns. You know they're going to be in the mix, though. They're not going to be bad.
No, I think they'd be like 6-10 or 7-10, something like that. I feel like 7-10 is good for like a record for them. I'm like, yeah. You kind of need some more shit before. It's just going to be interesting to see. So, over under, we're both going to go under.
I'm going under.
Okay. What do you think Deshaun's going to do? Do you think we're going to see flashes? We're going to see the old Deshaun. Well, if we see the old Deshaun, I think it's going to be over.
Over what?
Over like over the win total.
Yeah, but
can you really see him coming back?
I mean, there's a world that it can happen. No, like I said, I know you're not a big Amari Cooper fan, but they have Amari Cooper. They have one of the best run games with Nick Chubb. I know they lost Kareem Hunt, but did they lose Kareem Hunt?
They did.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Nick Chubb, one of the best offensive lines in the league. They have Myles Garrett, one of the best defensive players in the league. There's a world where they can compete and possibly fight for the division. I just don't think they can beat Cincinnati, though.
Or Baltimore, in my
opinion. I think they can beat Baltimore. I feel like they're a funky enough team to beat them because they play their style. They can play like rugged and nasty, because they got Nick Chubb. They got that offensive line. I just don't feel like they can outshoot somebody.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's got
to win ugly.
Yeah. And I feel like that's not really Deshaun's game. Like, the way that they're building this team is not usually how we looked at Deshaun. Deshaun was like, we got Hopkins, we got
Will Fuller,
speed everywhere, like, I don't see that with the Browns.
No, I agree with you. It's a little bit different of a football team.
Yeah. Any other guys you want to talk about on the Browns?
Interested to see how big a year Nick Chubb can have without Kareem Hunt.
Nick Chubb is always weird, man, because he's a non-factor in the pass game. He just always comes out. He rarely is on, passing downs.
Maybe he will be now.
We'll see. Who's their backup running back this year?
Jerome Ford. Exactly.
Who I low-key like? Low-key on the low. They should have kept Dearness Johnson. Yeah, Dearness was nice, bro. But we'll see about the Cleveland Browns, man.
Okay.
Is that it for the division?
Yeah, that's it for the division. So do you want to rank them or give the awards first? Let's rank them first.
Okay, let's rank them.
I'm going to go Cincinnati 1, Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 3, Browns 4.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go Ravens 1, Bengals 2, Steelers 3, Browns 4.
Okay. Who's your MVP of the division?
Lamar. Or you know what? Nah, let's go Joe Burrow. I'm just scared of the injury.
I'm going to take Lamar. I have a good idea about it. I have a good feeling. Coach of the year. I'm going to go Harbaugh.
I'm going to go Zach Taylor.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. No Tomlin love? Not with this team.
Not enough wins.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah, not enough wins.
Defensive player of the year. Maybe it's Garrett's year.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be Garrett.
He just keeps getting like 16 sacks.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
Might get 23 this year. Fuck. Is that it?
That's it.
I think that's it, man. There goes your AFC North predictions preview. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below whatever thoughts you guys have on the AFC North. And tune in next time. Maybe we're doing your team and your team's division. All right. Till next time, we out. Peace.